which all open the stage.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the monastery. We are back once again at the eve of the project that I've been working on for 3 years. If this sorry about the black screen, trying to get that fixed. Could have swore I had it fixed earlier.
Professionalism. We're swimming in it.
Yep, and it showed my thing for a moment. This is the problem. Some games will work in... Some games I need to do window capture, and some games...
Oh yeah, some games work in windowed mode and some games don't.
So, I'm gonna try and see... I'm gonna try and see if it was an issue with a borderless window. Give me a minute.
Alright.
Okay, now we're in business.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, apparently it was an issue with detecting full screen. So fortunately we are in business properly. Hello, Cure. So as far as why I do Stranger of Paradise, especially when everybody's doing Space Marine 2 right now, well, one, the demo for FF Legend is dropping tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is why you see that countdown clock in the corner.
Gotta rep the con that the demo's at.
Yep. And two, if you're thinking that I'm just gonna do the newest release like so many people in the Twitch or YouTube meta, what fucking channel do you think you're watching? Seriously.
Also hashtag fuck Games Workshop.
Well, I will say that all day, but when it comes to third-party adaptations, I'm a little bit kinder. But with that in mind, let us get to the show. Let's get to the show at hand. And we'll go with story mode and then escalate later.
Yeah. For those wondering, given the title, this is actually a prequel to FF1. If you couldn't tell by the title of the game. And this game has the distinction of being the first console game in the franchise to be rated M.
He says console, yet I'm playing this on PC.
Yeah, I know. I say that in terms of the fact that it was just games in general, because Type 0 was officially the first M-rated Final Fantasy game, but that was PSP exclusive for the longest time. Also, you'll appreciate the hashtag I've been playing in my server.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me open the Twitch page real quick. No, I won't be here for the entire stream. I have prior obligation. Oh, the YouTube page, I'm mistaken. Yeah, I won't be here for the entire stream. I have prior obligations, but I'll be back once you're done. Once we're done there.
If I'm still doing.
If you're still streaming,
Yeah.
yes.
Strengths and items.
Also, wait, Monk, mind answering Cure's question?
Those games are on the short list. I thought that was pretty clear. Hold on a second. I need to make sure that. All right, so that
Game audio is on.
Yeah, I just had to do one small check. And for those wondering why I'm not using my model when I was using it earlier, I'm only using the VTuber model for podcasts, not for game streams.
Yeah, it wouldn't really fit.
No, it'll fit. It's more an issue of resources.
Ah, Jay, just in time.
Hello.
Hello, Jay.
So, a bit of a hiccup regarding the release of the demo.
Oh no, what happened?
Sage doesn't open its doors until 8 a.m. Central Time tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, I just found that out.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it.
What version of do you have it on Steam or the Epic Game Store?
EGS, it was a gift.
Oh, that's the version I have. So we could actually co-op or something.
Yeah, though I don't feel like co-oping.
That's alright.
Right now, best to just get through the story mode first.
Yeah.
Fuck around and co-op once you're done.
I love Jack Garland. Jack Garland's so good.
Chaos.
Yeah. Going through that meme.
No, it's not
Wait.
not the chaos part. that's funny.
Wait. The intro boss is Tiamat? Huh.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's
This is the intro boss, I believe.
Oh.
Ah, yes, Tiamat. His original Fiend win.
I just like when he stops people from running. That's my favorite part about Jack Garland.
Oh, what does he do?
Well, there's a at one point there's like a dark elf and he's like, as dark elves and then Jack goes, just tell me about the crystals, please.
Why doesn't it
I
feel
don't
like
care
it?
about anything else.
Okay, I like him already. Also, wait, is he wielding the sword he wielded as Garland in FF1?
No.
Oh, it's a different sword.
Yeah. Also, kind of.
I was asking, considering his last name.
It's. Listen, it's not exactly the same Garland.
Ah, same Garland / Chaos.
I mean, the setting's different. Setting's like semi-modern.
Since, like I brought up, this is a prequel to FF1. This is the prequel of the franchise.
Kind of.
Not kind of, it is. Why would they use Origin in the title if it wasn't a prequel?
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
Yeah, this and 16 are the only FF games that I'm interested in playing at the moment. And 4 and 6 through the Pixel Remaster.
I traveled each
Then it's not really an only.
and more.
Sure.
It's just I said at the moment.
More than
because I have a shit ton of other games to play.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, I'll cry you a river, build you a bridge, and get over it.
Oh, goblins.
Oh, of course, because we always have to have goblins in the opening area of the games, as the intro when enemies. Also, I do appreciate the approach that the franchise has taken now. It's more action oriented, which I like. Not to say
Something
the
that
turn-based was a bad thing.
something that I said a while back is that the shift towards action was inevitable. And
Yeah, you can't always do
Flutter.
turn-based.
Flutter.
Go ahead.
I wasn't finished.
I'll let you finish. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Ito had made that very clear. And that was all the way back in 4. That things were going to be going that route. He said things were going to be going that route, and the ATB system was his way of moving that along without too much alienation and with the technology that they had at the time. And his inspirations for that were American football and Formula One. And around that time, Formula One was in the middle of transitioning from manual to automatic transmission.
Because this was 1991.
Mm-hmm. So
1991.
So right around the time when everybody was getting really, really sick of Italians. Oh, I'm not kidding. They're still sick of Italians.
Oh, regarding 16, they actually got the action director for not the action director, the combat designer for the MC4 onward. I remember hearing about that in a video that Clement J64 made.
Well, we had talked about that during the early days. So
fair.
But is your buddy still working on that?
Huh?
Didn't you say you had it? Didn't you say you had a bit of a prior engagement?
He said he's home, but he's waiting on pizza.
I think you should jump on there for when he's ready to go.
Oh, he's already there now, so
yeah.
Good timing, Monk.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Oh, what happened?
He had to jump into a call on a different server.
Oh, that's all right.
But
I did play the 16 demo on PC. I think it might need a little bit of an optimization job.
Yeah, I was having some issues with that, but when 16 came around, I had a feeling that some people were misinterpreting things because they wanted a version of Final Fantasy that not only was never going to be in the cards, but would also have been antithetical to how Final Fantasy has always been designed.
Right. Oh, I don't know what people wanted, but I mean
they wanted something like whichever one they happen to grow up with.
Ah. But Origins also had some issues on PC when it launched, so I'm sure they'll fix it.
I look at it as more of a consequence of you're having studios who, for the longest time, didn't do a whole lot of stuff with PC, now having to adopt it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, granted, it's a little bit easier these days because of the fact that you don't have you don't have as many proprietary systems like back in the 90s. Square had their own proprietary system called Sigil.
Yeah.
That was their in-house programming language.
Mhm.
Nowadays, for a good amount of time during the PS3 and a bit of the PS4 era, they were using a graphics engine originally called the White Engine, then called Crystal Tools, then called the Luminous Engine, and they've shifted between doing a bit of that and doing a bit of Unreal. And I
Right.
think the reason for that is it's just going to be easier to get people on the wagon more
Yeah.
quickly. It's the same reason why Halo Infinite dropped the Slipspace engine and started shifting to Unreal,
Right.
because there'd be less training time that'd be necessary.
Mm-hmm. Well, my usual thing is like if it's not Nihon Falcom, there's a very good chance it will have a troubled PC launch.
And I'm not one of those people who's going to throw the baby out with the bathwater if there's a few issues here and there. I play
Right.
plenty of early access and student projects.
Mm-hmm.
I do think some people's expectations are a little bit too high on that front.
Right.
Okay, Soul Shield acts as both a MP shield and blue magic. Nice.
Oh yeah. I forgot Jack does blue magic.
I mean, it's a limited form of blue magic, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
Alright, into Lightbringer. When your max MP is increased to 2 or more full gauges, you can spend MP and max MP to cast Lightbringer. It's active, enemies become easier to soul burst, which is very helpful when you're surrounded by foes. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of things. But yeah, I could have swore I told you that Legend Edition was gonna be at Sage.
I can't remember if you did or not. I guess like it didn't register to me because like, has there ever been like a tabletop showing off at Sage before?
No, this is the first.
All right. Well,
And
that would do it.
There are already some people bitching in the comments about how apparently it doesn't belong there or something.
Well, neither do the rest of the non-Sonic games, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
I don't remember what year it stopped being
one
exclusively
too.
Sonic games, but it's been like that for a while now. So
My mission is to kill chaos. That's all I know.
me too.
Good. We're all on the same hunt.
I'm Jack.
Jed,
Ash.
they're all friends now. These guys rule. Look at how fast they became friends.
I don't know how fast did the double writers become friends.
Shotaro and Philip?
No, the original.
God, I don't even remember.
Takashi and Ichimonji.
Yeah. How fast did that happen?
What?
Pretty fast, though.
Need something for that?
The sole reason a second rider was done was because
It's just a scratch.
Hiroshi Fujioka
Spit can't hear.
got hurt in a motorcycle accident.
When are we gonna
Yeah, they
fight
needed a
chaos?
quick replacement.
Well, this monster hunting is a pain in the ass.
Seriously. Fingers crossed we're done.
Either way, time to pay the king a visit.
And we don't leave without answers.
The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas languish. The earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
A nice callback.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Cornelia, that joyous city with its proud alabaster castle. Though it lives in the shadow of chaos, its noble people will greet the dawn with heads held high. The spirits of Cornelia's common folk are sustained by the royal family, particularly the beloved princess. Princess Sarah is Cornelia's moon, her silvery smile a balm that heals any troubled heart. Princess Mia is its sun, a source of comforting warmth to all. It is a prophecy, too, that sustains the people's hopes. The wise words of Lucan foretelling warriors of light who will one day rise up and lead Cornelia to salvation.
You are skilled, to be sure. Few could have slain even one of those abominations, let alone 3. There is still the matter of your number, however. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. And your crystals trouble me. They do not shine the color they should.
Can't argue with that. But you need warriors, right? Look in front of you. Here we are, ready and willing to take chaos down for you.
And with all due respect, isn't that what matters most?
Perhaps. Yet a question still weighs on my mind, warriors of the Dark Crystals.
Hey, we can't use that name. We're going to get sued.
What could you possibly hope to gain?
All I care about is seeing chaos dead.
Oh, what Warriors of the
I
Dark
need
Crystal?
to.
Yeah.
It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger, a thirst. Does that answer your question?
Very well. Minister Lagon, fetch the key to the shrine.
My lord.
Jack, Ash, Jed. I place the future of Cornelia in your hands. Do not fail us.
I know one might ask, why did I pick Stranger of Paradise to stream when everybody's doing Space Marine 2 right now? Well,
Because your tabletop game is Final Fantasy related and not Warhammer related.
there's that. There's also the fact that I will always choose the road less traveled.
Right.
Cornelia is counting on you to save us from the darkness. I know you will. May the crystal's blessing be with you always.
There's also the fact that just going along with the meta is not what I wanted to do when I decided I'm going to start game streams.
Right, yeah.
You look every bit the warrior. I can
Yeah, like if
imagine
a
it
game
saves
interests
you
me,
well
I'll go along with it, but otherwise,
Even so,
probably
I
not. Like
would
Gundam Breaker,
kindly
I
ask that you
was
smile in front
looking
of my
forward to that.
daughters.
I mean, if I wasn't covering this, I'd probably be covering one of the many indies and early access titles that I have in my library,
Yeah.
because exploring new frontiers is part of the stock and trade of this temple.
course.
Oh. And I think I made that clear with some of the rants during the Gamescom stream.
There's like a ton of stuff that
What's going on?
Like I watched the whole 18-minute thing. The whole 18-minute Sage trailer.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get through
Like
all
a
of them.
flower blooming in a dark wasteland.
Some are saying it's too much, or that the Sonic part should be dropped.
No,
No.
because it started with Sonic fan games. So
Come on, Jack.
And calling it they tried using different names, like Rage or Really Amateur Games Expo once. That didn't stick.
And with a few more scars.
Nah, it's nothing.
because like it's always gonna have
Jack
its
has the best medicine.
That's a
like I'm not sure how
wonderful.
many people remember Sonic Fan Games HQ, but like
Would you be able to spare some for our soldiers?
to me that's what I'm always gonna associate it with.
There's no
Oops.
medicine, is there?
Is there something you want?
There is. I need a favor from you. I heard you were going to the shrine, so I thought this would be my only chance to ask.
Favor?
Two, actually.
Of course.
There was a knight by the name of Garland who set off to battle Chaos as well, but he never returned. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Look, we don't have time for a rescue mission, Princess.
I understand. You don't need to go out of your way. Just keep an eye out for him.
What does he look like?
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold. He towered over the other knights. Even so, his voice was always warm.
How long ago was this?
Perhaps 10 years ago. Although, it seems just like yesterday. No one believes me. Not the minister, not my father. They say a knight by the name of Garland never existed.
As you wish. We'll see what we can do about your missing knight.
Thank you, Jack. Jack, wait. The other favor. Come back safe. And soon. May the crystal's blessing be with you. Always.
I really liked these little cutscenes they had whenever you
your
were
crystal
in
vibrating
town for
too?
this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like this game in
Weird.
particular.
Forget it. We need to focus. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day. Let's get some rest.
Hey, Jack. Just the guy I wanted to see. I heard you're off to the shrine tomorrow. Why don't you spend the night here?
Yeah.
Great. Come on in.
One day later.
Yep.
News of your departure will soon spread, and failure will leave a stain on the king's reputation. Bear this in mind. Travel northwest, and you will reach the Chaos Shrine. Go with the crystal's blessing.
Page Mashers and Killer Knuckles.
Yeah, so right now you got warrior, monk, and thief.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some say that instead of doing this, this particular approach of mission based, they should have done a full open world. And I'm like, do you have any idea how much of a logistical nightmare that's going to be? Plus, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting sick of open world.
I think it all depends. I think Elden Ring was fine.
Yep.
But in this case, like I said, it's built on top of Neo, and this is basically how the Neo missions were done.
And I honestly prefer a mission-based design to an open world design because it's a lot harder to do set pieces in an open world.
Mm-hmm.
And thus it's harder to do more unique encounters, I guess I'll put it.
Yeah.
But I should note for some of the graphics for the advanced rules for FF Legend, we tried to do a bit of a nod to the job trees in this game, as well as the Ascension grid from 15.
The Ascension grid.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think the Ascension grid, like the Sphere grid in 10, I really liked those.
Yeah, we have a Sphere grid, but it's not that one.
Right.
Mostly because it would be completely unreasonable to do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't lend itself well to a tabletop setting.
I mean, well, that and one of my colleagues has already done it, kind of. That being Ed Jowett, the guy behind the Era family of RPGs.
Okay.
In particular, he did it with Era Lost Legend, but they're split between a bunch of classes, so it's kind of like a midway point between the Sphere Grid and the Zodiac job system in 12 International.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the Zodiac Age, which is basically a prettied up version of the international version of 12.
Right.
But
imagine if you I just had like a thought, like imagine if you're like, oh yeah, we're going with the Final Fantasy 2 leveling system for our tabletop.
No.
Yeah, that's what
For starters, that leveling system is basically the one in the Elder Scrolls game, so all I'd have to do is just steal notes from...
that's what I always say.
And here's the funny thing. Everybody talks about the level up by doing things as revolutionary in the Elder Scrolls. Final Fantasy
Right.
2 doesn't, and everybody treats it like it's heresy.
I know they're wrong. They need to step up. Like Final Fantasy 2 walked so that Elder Scrolls could run.
And also, I remember seeing people like, but you can cheese it ridiculously easily in 2. Yeah, you can in the Elder Scrolls.
That's part of the fun.
But the bigger burr up my ass and up Zan's ass is the fact that people praised the tactics system in Dragon Age Origins when that's basically the fucking Gambit system from 12.
Did they?
Yes.
I didn't play Origin too much.
I did. And it very much is they are very much identical in the sense of they're both a kind of soft AI system.
Oh.
The reason I give it so much shit is the fact that oops. That one of them is given a higher grade than the other, I guess. And
Yeah.
I find it hypocritical that that the same thing can be praised in one game and criticized in another. But if I'm being honest, there's a not too insignificant part of the so-called fan base that just wants whichever FF that they grew up with to be the standard for all future games. But that's never been how this franchise has worked.
No.
Like with
Personally, I didn't grow up with 3 or 5, but I would really like more games like 3 and 5.
which we have plenty of both in and out of the franchise.
Yeah. Bravely Default, basically.
Bravely Default and its predecessor, the 4 Heroes of Light.
Yeah. 4 Heroes of Light had like a weird helmet system though.
And I say predecessor because same team.
Yeah.
But this is a franchise that's always been about iteration and experimentation.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
I don't think personal preference is enough to say, oh, it has to be done this way. Like I remember seeing people say that 16 would have been better served if it was doing turn-based like the good old days.
Let's have some fun. I'm counting on you.
I think a lot of the people who make that argument aren't arguing in good faith for the game in question, but more for their own security blanket.
You can just play Octopath.
Well, that's the other reason I don't give them any respect, because the solution is there, but instead of looking for the solution, they'd rather just have a eternal problem.
Right. Yeah, no, like Square Enix still makes turn-based games. They just put it in other franchises now.
That's not done.
As if we'd lose.
Everyone still hanging in there?
Up ahead.
This'll be a breeze.
Easy as pie.
Barely even worth the trouble. This is the one.
Now let's go back to Swordsman for a bit before we... Oh, treasure!
Let's see what's inside.
Twilight Tunic. Actually, what am I thinking? I can just... Oh. You know how it is, always smash the pots.
What was that?
Always smash the pots.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But
Jack, there's one down there.
Let's
switching, so switch between battle sets, which I already figured out, but
Got company.
Come on, follow me. I barely even got going.
I could do
oh,
this
what
all
do we
day.
got here? Oh, it's just some enemies can't be staggered by regular attacks.
Damn, where does all that darkness come from?
Yeah, 2.
Enemy spotted.
Time to go to work.
A monster just popped out of that one.
This is darkness wasn't bad enough.
You know, I almost feel sorry for them.
Next.
Nice one, Jack. Now let's see what secrets this place is hiding.
The Jack's finishes are really fun.
Hmm.
They're really satisfying to do.
Instead of just crushing the thing, turning it into crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could use that.
Should we take a breather?
On leveling up, you'll be rewarded with job points. Can be used on the job tree to unlock skills and abilities. Let's see, affinity. Oh, we got treasure.
Treasure, huh?
Yep.
Good, now I don't look as out of place.
Friends still do.
Time for a change.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be using Monk for a fair bit because, well, gotta work my gimmick.
For obvious reasons.
Hmm.
I tell you this, Monk was goated in Baldur's Gate 3.
Monk has been a highly rated class for a while.
I heard it wasn't good in the first two Baldur's Gates.
Well, the first two Baldur's Gates were using 3rd edition's rule set.
Right.
And Monk in 3rd edition was the poster child for what's known as MAD, or multiple ability dependency.
Right, yeah.
You know, because with most classes, if you have a high score in like 2 abilities, you can do all right. Like, say, if you're playing fighter, you really only need to have high strength and high con.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing close range fighter. But with Monk, you needed high strength for your melee attacks, high dex because you're going to be wearing light armor, and that's how you're going to get better AC.
Yeah.
High wisdom for some of the class features, and high con because you're a close range fighter.
Yeah. That's a bad combo. But now it works in the 3.
And I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's because it's based on 5. Technically speaking, the version of 5 that's in Baldur's Gate 3 is not the same as the 5 that you'll see in the core books. Even back then.
That's what I've heard, and there's like a bunch of mods that will try to fix it so that it's more like the book.
If they played it, Solasta played it straight, and it had problems. 3 is doing a bunch of little mods where it's almost like Larian's own in-house version of 5.
Right.
It's not doing a bunch of major changes, just a bunch of little ones that you can find on the Baldur's Gate 3 wiki.
Yeah.
There's too many for me to summarize because there's some significant changes, and then there's some smaller ones, class by class.
Right.
Let's find another way around.
Oh yeah, I love what Jack does to the fires.
Yeah, just squeeze.
We're in for it now.
Run, do this.
Oh. I know what happens when bombs get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fine
Uh-oh.
here. Time to go wild.
Let's put on the better equipment we've got.
All right.
That bandana
that
looks
was
ridiculous. So it fits.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Are those cubes?
I could use a break.
Hold on. Have to smoke the pot. Okay, not enough points for that, so instead go for that. At the very least, when you level, the very least, I appreciate that you don't have one omni pool of job points across all your jobs, because then you'd have the same problem I have with Fallout 4.
Right. Yeah. I usually, when I play Fallout 4, I usually mod back the classic system.
Yeah, whenever it comes to modding, I have the same rule with that I have with homebrews. It should be a spice, not the main dish.
Right.
Because I remember... Oh, Cactuar.
Warm welcome. I don't stand a chance.
Piece of cake.
See if you can beat him.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Oh, you're doing it!
Looky here.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
God, I wonder...
A hermit club.
Oh, right, yeah, spellcasting.
But I don't have any casting classes yet.
Nice. Well, I think you become the class when you equip the weapon.
Oh, never mind, I do. So, in that case, we are switching out Swordsman for Mage.
Alright, yeah.
Masters of utilizing action abilities to break enemies. Normal attacks with a mace will recover ample MP, and charged attacks can take big chunks out of an enemy's break gauge, allowing mages to break foes all the faster.
Oh yeah, no, this is like a way more actionized mage than Final Fantasy's ever had. While also being a throwback to the fact that White Mage uses a hammer.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I won't be able to level it up until I'm at a cube.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Pugilist, we'll go with that.
have to get through those flames.
Water might do the trick.
Do the fire and flames?
Absolutely.
Oh, so that's how it works. Let's see. All right.
Time to go to work.
Oh, let's see what happens when you use that on that.
Time to go wild, Jed.
That was quick.
Victory was guaranteed.
Huh. Paying in time or paying in effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not far removed from what I'm doing. You'll see come Friday. I know you're playing a bunch of games for stage on Friday, but obviously,
Yeah.
you won't be able to play mine on stream if you're going solo.
Oh yeah, of course. Are you gonna have are you gonna have like a version of it on that what's it called? I just played that Alien tabletop on it.
Roll20?
Yeah.
No, I'm just having the PDF. Now, somebody wants to build a map and all that in Roll20, and just run my game, they can do that.
All right. Yeah.
But in order to set up a sheet proper on Roll20, it would require me to know how to mess around with HTML, and I haven't messed around with HTML in like a decade.
Oh man. Yeah.
So you know how it is. If you don't use it, you will lose it.
That's for true. I will send the PDF to my one friend who's getting this tape.
Which I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And probably a few of my friends that are already into tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
But the one friend who's getting into it, he set up the Alien RPG.
Nice room.
With plenty of places to hide.
It was pretty
Stay
fun.
alert.
Yeah, that's using the... I reviewed that game a few years ago.
You gonna do something?
And I basically said, I really enjoy it. I think that the whole 2 ways to play thing that they advertised isn't quite accurate.
Oh, I don't even know what the other way to play would be.
They called it cinematic play, but it's really just modules.
Oh.
It's just modules versus freeform. That's not really what I think. That's not really what I think of when I hear 2 ways to play.
Oh, I think we used modules. Like we had pre-made characters because we didn't. That was just how we preferred to do it.
Yeah.
Sweat.
We make a great team.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me...
Because a lot of the other people that were playing were also like tabletop versions, so it's better to just have like some pre-made setup so that they can figure their roles out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Especially with like a with a thing like that, it's probably better to like use a pre-made thing so that you can get a good idea of the type of character that works in that setting.
Yeah, I'd say so. The other thing is, I would much rather play that than the last time we got an Alien RPG back in the 90s.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That was the Aliens adventure game, and it was not great. Mostly because it was in that. Mostly because there were a lot of RPGs back in the 90s that had this boner for, trying to be as quote unquote realistic as possible, including having these atrociously long skill lists.
Oh.
And there's also the fact that that game, which was known as the Aliens Adventure game, was built on the framework of Phoenix Command, a game that I have made clear under no uncertain terms will I ever run again unless I am paid. No, it's not like a paid GM thing. No, it's hazard pay.
Hazard pay. Has anyone tried the first? I typed up Phoenix Command tabletop, and the first thing I get is a Reddit post saying, "Has anyone tried to run Phoenix Command?"
There are some people who swear by it, but there's people who will swear by just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not exactly saying much.
No.
I mean, there are some people who will defend the first Star Trek movie as not being a snorefest. You're not going to hear me say that.
They just took an episode and they padded it out to like an hour and a half.
You're not far off. Back in the 70s, Paramount was pondering the idea of developing their own network and having Star Trek be the flagship. Yes, I know, but keep in mind this was mid-70s when they were considering this. I know that's what they eventually did with UPN, but timeline.
Yeah.
And they were going to do a brand new a Star Trek pilot called Phase 2. Well, the network thing fell through, so they repackaged Phase 2 into that movie. Because there were like 5 or 6 different versions of an original script that they were going to use, and all of them got rejected. One of them was by Harlan Ellison, and
of course.
that particular one speaks to the soul-crushing nature of working with executives.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, we have a Lancer. I will take that. Because I am not ashamed about the fact that I have polearm brain rot.
There's a good appeal to that. When I was playing 14, my main I wanted to be samurai, but then like I found out that the DLC, the first DLC you do, there's like more. The cutscenes are a little different if you're already Dragoon.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not really.
Unfortunately, I never got to that, so I couldn't finish the Realm Reborn gauntlet. I was literally at the finish line and I couldn't finish it.
I might get to it at some point.
Mm-hmm. But a polearm is a very versatile weapon.
But I think I mentioned this in the Q&A a while back, but there was one really dumb remark that I saw with somebody who wasn't quite getting the point.
Right.
Because they had asked why I'm not doing a ranger job when I showed the job list for FF Legend. The reason for that is other jobs already handle it.
Yeah.
All right. This is the one.
Oh.
There's never really been like a quota like
The closest to to that in both appearance and somewhat in kit has been the Archer, which has made multiple appearances over the years. But in terms of trying to do... Because of the fact that there's that 3-job rule with my system, each of the individual jobs has to be much more laser-focused.
Alternatively, Thief also kind of feels
This
that.
looks good.
Gonna use it?
With Thief, we have a very particular niche that it fills.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to but it's more about, I liken it to how you've probably played Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2.
I did, yeah.
So you remember you know how the perk system kind of inferred your playstyle?
Yeah, yeah.
Stay alert. Stay focused.
That's what I'm going with in a roundabout way. Like, if you pick Scavenger, you're probably going to be picking an LMG because you want more bullet for each bullet.
Mm-hmm.
It's in that principle. And the Ranger, if you're trying to do the whole D&D style Ranger, we have other jobs that build that, the combination of which can recreate that concept.
Right.
But since we're trying to not be based around any one entry, or even any one genre of entries, trying to do a Ranger would kind of be counterproductive.
Yeah. And
there was one other remark about the fact that the Geomancer is not a caster, but instead a adept. Like, it's not a mage type job.
Well, that makes sense. Like, Geomancer played a little differently than mages in 3. I can't remember how they played in 5, if they were even in it.
They were in 5, but because of the fact that the Geomancer is terrain based, if I had it where you have a list of spells for each terrain, then I'm effectively more than quintupling the work.
Right.
And that also means quintupling the page count.
I would say like a Geomancer's thing should be like, at least in a tabletop setting, just working the environment to your advantage well.
That's more or less what I have them do.
Yeah, it would be a very support heavy class.
But remember, that's one job out of 3.
Right.
I see some cubes over there.
I'll check it out.
So yeah, Thief, Archer, Geomancer would basically be Ranger.
If someone wanted to make a D&D style Ranger, I would say Archer, Geomancer, Beastmaster. There, done.
Oh yeah, Beastmaster.
Like, if somebody wanted to make that D&D style Ranger. Now, depending on the setting that your table's running, that might not even be appropriate. Because if you're doing something a little more in the vein of say FF7, that kind of Ranger you could do it in theory, but if I'm the GM and you put that in front of me, I'm going to be asking some very pointed questions.
Yeah, like, are you using guns? Are you using gun blades?
Well, probably not gun blades, because gun blades are exclusive to the Gunbreaker job.
Oh.
But because of that, I was very particular about what counts as a gun blade.
Right.
And the rule is the trigger being used to enhance a melee attack? If it is, then it counts as a gun blade. If it isn't, then it's just a magic item with the versatile rule.
Okay.
So all of those, it's also a gun, weapons, and ruby. Those don't count as gun blades.
So like the things that the Sephiroth lackeys use in Advent Children, those aren't really gun blades.
For the purposes of my system, no.
Right.
Same thing goes with the Blaze Fire Saber that Lightning has.
Oh, well. less about Lightning. I don't really know a lot about Lightning. I tried to play Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. I tried to play the third one, and like, I beat the intro level. I really enjoyed the combat, but in the middle of the cutscene where Lightning's going back to Valhalla or whatever and explaining everything, I kind of just Alt F4'd and refunded the game.
I went through all three, and we did a reconstruction of it a while back. It's the development of the 13 trilogy was troubled. For starters, and I only found out about this thanks to a postmortem that was in Game Developer Monthly, which, yes, I was subscribed to back then.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and I know some people will mock this, I like studying the way game design actually works versus the way certain pundits think it should work, but don't understand it.
I don't understand why anyone would mock you for it.
I did get some shit for that, for the fact that I was reading that kind of thing and studying instead of just going with the whole... because I got accused of being a defender or essentially a simp for the game.
Oh.
And because I've gotten that same thing when it comes to my attitude towards the Schumacher Batman movies, which is I'm not saying that they're good movies, but I do think they are overhated.
I'll tell you this much. I immediately forgave Schumacher after I watched Falling Down because that...
Have you ever seen Lost Boys?
I haven't sat down and watched it in a long time, but I am a big Corey Feldman fan.
Lost Boys is really good, and it provided the groundwork for what would become Vampire the Masquerade, and I have that on Word of God.
But like I think Schumacher could have made a good Batman movie.
This has been my theory the whole time. Batman Returns got slightly smaller returns, meaning Warner Bros. Was only able to purchase one yacht instead of 3.
Right.
And there was the PTA shit about it being a little Burton-y, which was brutally parodied in Gremlins 2.
Right.
Like that whole Karen in the movie theater. That was a pot shot at the PTA haranguing. I don't know if they've outright said it was, but you can put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
And my theory was they wanted something more toyetic was the word in the Shadow of the Bat documentary. But at the same time, they wanted something like the first film that was such a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole can't have your cake and eat it too didn't factor into Hollywood's thinking. Arguably, it still hasn't.
I feel like Batman's like pre-built toyetic though.
Which you can do that. It's just you can't do that and do dark at the same time. Schumacher, I think, was trying to pay tribute to the Dick Sprang era of the comics, which is the same era we get the Adam West TV show from. But as you've learned with Spider-Man 3 and Star Trek 5, when the studio wants one thing and the director wants another, nobody wins.
Yep.
Oh. And yet, yes, Star Trek 5 was one of those cases. Because Shatner wanted to do a story about Kirk seeking out God, even though Roddenberry told him, don't do that, I already tried it, didn't work. Whereas Paramount wanted something a bit lighter and a bit more comedic because of how well Ford did in that direction. So, again, one side wants one thing, one side wants another. Nobody wins.
Yeah, but I bet you Paramount didn't really understand what made Ford work. Ford being weird is what made it work.
The reason why Star Trek 4 was in that comedic vein was Nimoy wanted to do something lighter because they had done 2 serious movies back to back.
Right, yeah.
I think it's a good ending for the trilogy.
Shit.
Try not to get hit. Time for a change. This is the one. Whatever doesn't kill you.
Sorry if I dropped the ball.
But, and I will say between Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, the latter is slightly better, if only because it's more consistent.
Mm-hmm. Well, even the problems with Forever
Is that Tommy Lee Jones felt pressured to overact when he is not somebody that does overacting.
I look at it as on one hand I can see that, on the other hand I do. It's a case of, if I'm being honest, Two-Face should never have been chosen as a villain to begin with.
Yeah.
If you're going to be going the campy route, it's kind of hard to do that with someone whose whole gimmick is being horribly disfigured.
Yeah, for sure.
And the attempt at doing that results in, as one person put it, a poor man's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
So I see where people are coming from when they say, "Oh, he shouldn't have done it." But on the other hand, it was the best of the worst situation.
No doubt.
And that's something I try and focus on when I look at these kind of things. The, for lack of a better term, bigger picture. Not, okay, this thing sucked, but why and what could they have done better to make it not suck? Let's see, Anima Shards. Used to earn job experience. Okay, got 2 job points. That requires 3. That requires 4. I think I'm going to hold off on upgrading Mage for a little bit, and instead... Let's see, and Lancer... Nope, not enough. And Lancer I can hold off on a little bit. By the way, that whole hold to unlock thing that you see in a lot of MMOs and the like, there is a reason why that's done. That I ended up learning when I was watching GDC a few years ago.
So they don't fuck up. They don't accidentally click something.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a dark pattern?
No. I mean, I might know what it is if you explain it. But
It is basically a trap within an interface. And one of the old devs for Destiny had talked about how the reason they implemented the whole hold thing was during testing he accidentally dismantled a high rarity weapon and he couldn't undo it and he was real pissed.
Yeah, that would do it.
So hang on a sec. So as a result, that was the approach that he decided to take. And that's to work around those dark patterns. Unless you're Diablo 4, in which you have them for dumbass reasons, because, well, Diablo 4 is a great advertisement for other ARPGs.
True.
Hang on a sec.
I feel like Diablo 3 is also a good advertisement for other ARPGs.
Diablo 3, it is alright for what it is, although I will admit, it didn't quite reach its potential until the Reaper of Souls expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I'm going to be a little bit biased because it's one of the rare games that handles monks properly.
Oh, well, that's fair.
I did think it was a bit odd when they brought in Necromancer, because a lot of the Necromancer stuff was already handled by the Witch Doctor.
Oh, I don't know.
Chaos. No. I am to become. And who are you?
We're here to kill Chaos.
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
Really?
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I am to become Chaos.
There's a small part of me that wonders if with Garland's original design, the idea was to channel, to channel Darth Vader.
That's very possible. He was like, when Darth Vader dropped, when Star Wars dropped, I feel like there's a lot of. It's just he's peak character design. I don't know what else you can say. He's peak character design.
Well,
people love it.
There were plenty of nods to the original Star Wars Episode 4 within early FF.
Right. Yeah, Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs and Wedge. I believe I believe it was said at one point that Yoda was one of the chief inspirations for the idea of Sid.
A much shorter Sid, maybe. Oh, here we go.
Okay, that was a little too easy. Remember, folks, always check the body.
Yep.
Time for the reveal.
Both Garland and Golbez have very similar designs.
Wait. My crystal. It's her.
Yeah, just like before.
Huh. Mine's going crazy.
I'm Neon. And not Chaos. Guess I was right.
Huh. Feels like there's a story behind that.
My allies and I set out to rid the land of chaos. But the journey took its toll.
Also, hey there, Slick Rick. Welcome to the party.
One by one, we fell.
Hi, Slick Rick.
Until only I remained. It was then that I finally realized the truth. Chaos isn't a man. Or a monster. Chaos is just a fairy tale. The darkness, the beasts, this despair that eats away at people's hearts. It's easy to blame a single thing for all of that. It gives people hope to think the world can be saved with a single heroic deed.
Oh, here we
Even
go.
if it's never that simple. So I decided to become a sacrifice. I offered myself to the darkness and prayed to become chaos, hoping some band of heroes would defeat me, and thus bring an end to this empty dream.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Bullshit.
Oh, here it comes, here it comes.
He's out there. I can feel him. I just have to keep looking.
I hate that they cut it down.
I'm coming too.
They got embarrassed and they shouldn't have. They should have made it longer.
Veils the world. 4 warriors of light shall come. And I only count 3 of you.
We don't need someone whose heart's not in it.
Then show me chaos. Do that, and I might even start to respect you.
Deal.
We better get back to the castle. Wouldn't want to disappoint our patrons.
They should not have neutered that absolute banger of a song.
Mm-hmm. Let's go get double uppercut. Aerial hook. And some more affinity. So I believe, if I'm correct in my assumption, affinity helps us level up the job easily.
Yeah, like the more attuned you are to it, the faster it'll.
Mm-hmm. Which is more or less what I had figured it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. I think it also might do a little more damage. Like a stat boost.
Yeah. Adding in Cyclone. Let's see. Warrior's Ward. Increased affinity. We get 2 combo abilities. Done. Let's run with combo. I've always liked the idea of custom combos. I think the apex of that concept was with God Hand.
Oh, I was gonna say Radiata Stories, but I haven't played enough God Hand.
Your combo setup was very customizable within that.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a shame that God Hand got so slagged, though.
I know.
I think Shinji Mikami has stated it was one of his favorite games to work on.
Good. I always love Mikami's work.
I love the shit out of Vanquish. No cover shooter has gotten better than Vanquish.
I understand why some people don't care much for cover shooters, but I honestly think they get more shit than they deserve.
I think so too. I think there was a point where we were oversaturated with cover shooters,
which you can kind of blame Gears of War for.
Yeah, that was 100% on Gears of War.
But I liken it to how in the early 2000s everybody was trying to crib notes from Half-Life and they took the wrong lessons.
They were also trying to make their own GTA clones. Do you remember that era where we were oversaturated with Grand Theft Auto clones?
Yes.
And in the end, the only one that survived ended up dying, Saints Row.
Let's go with Lance Hurl here. Oh, never mind. Cyclone has to be an opening one. Let's see, and clearly Sword Fighter is meant to be our good old sword and board. But
not true. There's actually a sword and board.
No, with the Sword Fighter job has sword and board, literally.
Oh. Why did they have Swordsman and Sword Fighter?
They've got a bunch of jobs without names, I'd noticed. That. And those I can't unlock yet.
Yeah, Sword Fighter's sword and board.
Yeah, and obviously sword and board is just my shorthand for sword for some sort of sword and shield setup.
I think it's a term everyone. I think
Wow.
a lot of people.
So this is what the city's like. I'd forgotten.
Looks like you're as forgetful as the rest of us.
Am I? I guess so.
We're forgetting things all the time.
I guess it's the price we have to pay for this strength.
Attachments to this world will just make it harder to do our duty. It's a mercy to forget.
A mercy, huh? Whose mercy? Someone or something must have decided to make it this way. Who was it?
Beats me. I forgot.
And hello there, Caleb. Yes. I did not use the Kill Chaos meme because, well, too easy.
It's too easy, and it overlooks all the better funny things
10
about
years
Jack
ago?
Garland.
Although it seems just like yesterday.
Like, it started with Kill Chaos, and then there were so many other
And,
great moments.
That about covers it.
So the throne was empty.
Like like what's her name
Perhaps
given
you lost
that
heart
whole
and
speech,
fled
and then
the
Jack
shrine.
just going bullshit.
You there. Neon, was it? Do you also bear a crystal?
I think you've seen it before.
Very good. 4 warriors, 4 crystals.
Still black as pitch, though.
Warriors of light are before us at last. As is your right, I will reveal the prophecy of Lucan in its entirety.
There's more.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. This land is home to 4 crystals: fire, wind, water, and earth.
Caleb, arguably so, though.
Causes fires to rage.
The whole isekai concept is not as new as people think it is.
Languish and earth to decay.
Yeah, no, that thing's been around
The people
for
are
fucking
lost,
ever.
and scarce little light remains.
I've stated in the past, John Carter is one of the earliest examples of it.
So you want us to do
And
something
that
about
was
the darkness
that was over
following
100 years ago.
Indeed.
Is John Carter technically an isekai though? Because doesn't he just get sent to Mars?
Yeah.
Rekindle the light of the crystals.
So I consider it one of the first
and
isekai.
you shall win the right
Yes, I guess. Yeah.
Slain chaos. Will that not sate your pride?
The term is new. The concept is not.
Being sent to another world is not a new concept at all.
Like there were so many fairy tales doing that concept when we were growing up.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe
Hope
is an isekai.
beast in his lair.
Yeah, so is Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah, it's a fun little isekai.
Find him.
I don't believe this was an isekai,
However,
even though
the
even
seeds of a
Jack and
new
his
hope have
party
been
look
planted here.
fairly modern.
Now, a hope we can see. Yes.
I don't believe
a
they're
hope
from another world.
We can believe in. Jack, Ash, Jed, Neon. Deliver this world from the clutches
Although
of darkness.
Although when it comes to John Carter, it's never outright stated how he gets to
Well, then, if
Mars.
you'll come with me.
Or rather, it's never stated consistently. Like sometimes he dreams himself there, other times he's teleported there by some tech. Sometimes they don't even explain it.
I think that's what happened in the movie. I think he got teleported there by some tech.
Yeah, though the movie is
Your first destination
it
is
has
the
other
Promenade,
problems.
which can be reached after crossing into the northern continent.
I've often told people if they want to get a good feel for John Carter and they don't feel like reading the original books, go read the comics by Dynamite. And while you're at it, grab the Conan comics from Dynamite as well. And Cull. And Solomon Kane.
Yeah.
Hey there, Jack.
Who did the art for that?
You just got back from the shrine, right? The minister paid your room for the night. So why not get some rest? I was hoping you'd say that.
And so their journey begins.
Oh, there's some Frank Frazetta John Carter art.
And so their quest began.
But I'm not closing out just yet, but what I am gonna be doing is taking a break for a few minutes. So I will be back in a few, because water closet. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Tomba had to step away for a shower.
And so their quest began. As the four warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know the true significance of the four crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone.
And thank you, Mario, for gifting the membership. YGM, I hope you enjoy the ad-freeness and the I appreciate the support for the temple.
Bring the world once more into light.
Oh, there's a familiar shot. Pravoka.
Huh? What's up with them?
And hello there, Starshine. Welcome to the party.
From the castle, aren't you? That's for my dad.
What happened to him?
King commanded him to set sail for the crystals, and he never came back.
You're blaming the wrong people, kid. The king might have given your father the orders, but it was chaos that did the deed.
Yeah, but
It's going good. It's going good. We're just
here to make sure
one
that
day
never
away
happens
from
again.
a reveal of a
Kids
project
like
I've been
you
working
have
on
lost someone.
for 3.5 years
All
with my
Cornelia.
esteemed cohorts.
Say something, Jack.
Where's Mayor Sohn?
he's dead too. Captain Bickey looks after us now.
Captain?
Yeah, he lives in that cave.
And I do appreciate the support always. I'm not just up against the algorithm, but I'm also up against performative cynicism.
Could be something good in here.
Let's dive right in then.
There you are. Let's go.
This looks good.
Nice.
That's all of them.
If we can breathe, we can fight again.
do we have here? Kite shield.
We got company.
Time to go to work.
Might be in big trouble.
Just keep hitting them. Show me what you can do.
Now watch and learn a couple things.
Flip it down.
All right.
Looky here.
Treasure. Got something down here. Yes, we do. And down you go.
Time for a change.
It's almost too easy.
It was good practice.
Alright, let's see what we got here. And continuing onward.
Warm welcome. Come on, follow me.
Don't get greedy.
Not dead yet.
Sated so.
Okay.
Enemy spotted.
Let's knock him down.
Let's see, a couple of bombs. Hello there, Sieg. Welcome to the party. I'm overthinking it. Sometimes you gotta give the people what they want. Glad you think so, Starshine. I've certainly been having my fun so far.
All right. This is the one.
Nope, not that way. Nope, never mind. Yeah, a hell of a lot easier if I had a map.
Nice hit! We should be fine here.
What should we do now?
Hang on, is there something over here?
Let's go.
I don't stand a chance.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Just tossing it aside like a toy.
I think we could use that.
Should we take a breather?
Let's see. Unlock. And unlock some more. Not enough. Yes, yes, I know. The monk is playing a monk. Big shock.
Be a breeze.
Wasn't much of a fight.
Keep it up, everyone.
But sometimes you gotta play to your gimmick. What do we have? Oh, we got loot. There's the door. And there's our quarry.
We got company.
Come on, follow me.
Better match. Don't worry, we got this.
And the Griffin is no more. Yeah, I feel the whole know your role thing. I'm not gonna say it's steroids, but there's definitely something going on with him because that guy is not natty. You don't have a body like that at that age, even with the best genetics, without help. Okay, let's just... Before I do any of that, keep this one. Dismantle the rest. These. Mantle. I do kind of wish there was a way to dismantle more effectively, but I suppose this is what I get. Let's get rid of all these. All right, that clears up the inventory a little bit. So let's continue on.
We've been walking for a while. Is this the cave the kid was talking about?
I don't see any other caves. Let's head in.
Okay, just a pool of water over there.
Damn webs!
Hit him hard!
We win. It was good practice.
Okay, let's keep going.
Stay away from those webs.
All right.
Vicky! Captain Vicky!
Something's off here. The air feels wrong.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe.
Weird. It feels like I've been here before.
I've had that feeling before. And it's best not to think about it. You won't figure it out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And right now, we need to focus on what's ahead. Forget about it.
I can get behind that.
Easy as pie!
Barely even worth the trouble.
We got company.
Let's knock them down.
Alright, that one's down.
I think we could use that.
Should we take a breather?
Not yet. Comes to that one.
Are those the pirates?
Be careful. They aren't known for their manners.
Street like monsters. Bare their fangs, knock them out.
That's all of them.
Good job. Now on to the next.
Looky here. Damn, smells like strong stuff.
Yeah, strong enough to see.
I see we found this pirate swill stash. I'm not touching that. Touching red barrels never ends well.
Let's go.
This'll be a breeze.
We can probably
I
use
think
those
we're getting
stalactites.
close.
Up ahead.
I don't stand a chance.
This is the one.
I've never seen anything like this.
These pirates sure chose an odd place for their hideout.
More of those cubes.
Better not forget where it is.
This will be rough.
Stay cool, Ted. Back, kitty. Down. Down!
I always wanted a cat, but not like this.
Not off to a good start.
Alice, we got this.
Time for a change.
Not a very strong coral.
Follow this key.
Poor thing must have been starving. Pirates didn't care for their kitty.
Something broke open.
There you are. Jack, let's go.
All right, let's see what we got here.
This looks good.
Nice.
And let's continue on.
Come out. We have plunder.
Treasure, huh?
I think I'll take some of that.
That boat doesn't look like it belongs here.
Pirates belong anywhere?
Good point. Captain Bikke must be on that ship.
All right.
Seriously? We can't get across?
No, must be another way.
Well, while I'm at it, I can always wreck their stuff.
Don't think I've ever seen you so scared.
I just hate being surprised. Let's get it.
Water magic. Love it.
Let's add in some of the new equipment.
Are those cubes?
Let's relax for a bit.
Ooh. Ruined it, huh? I think I'll have some fun with that. Don't tell me I ended up going the wrong way. Okay, I already unlocked that. Once again, my kingdom for a map. I am not hand drawing this.
As if we lose.
Everyone still hanging in there?
Treasure.
The webs are everywhere.
And so is the treasure. And this is a dead end.
That's a huge headache waiting to happen. Enemy spotted.
Time to go to work. We'll be surrounded in no time.
Let's crush it, and quick.
Alright, that's one down. Now for the other.
Got a ways to go.
Oh.
We have rum.
Always the siren's call.
Ah. And here I thought this world was all doom and gloom.
Take a good look, because we're headed right back into the thick of it.
Oh, that's one hell of a coral tree. But first... steel. We're going with Fist of Steel. That for Lancer. Going up. And further up. And even further up.
All right.
Like a match.
This is worked like a chump.
It doesn't happen to me. You know, I almost feel sorry for them.
Keep it up, everyone.
Oh, more Sahagats.
Warm welcome. Come on, follow me.
I think we've got our clear way to the ship.
Let's be the first to welcome these monsters into the world.
Let's get it over with.
I barely even got going.
We make a great team.
There's the right way
We
to do
got
it.
company.
So close, yet so far.
We could use these rotted boats to cross.
And all you got?
Cutscene comes first.
You've got some stones coming here. For what it's worth, you four don't look like easy pickings.
You're Bikke?
Aye, to some. Captain to you lot.
We're looking for the crystals. We were supposed to find the mayor, but I guess he's dead. Looks like you have the run of the town now.
Aye, that's the world we live in, where people have to turn to pirates for guidance. Pure chaos, if you ask me. Chaos, savvy?
Just tell us where the crystals are.
It's poor form not to laugh at a pirate's jokes, lad. You got stones, all right. Time to show you what pirates are made of.
Let's toss him overboard.
I've got fleas in my harder than you. Your jokes suck. Shut your trap.
I'm not a match.
Just keep hitting them.
Not dead yet.
Jack, watch yourself.
All right.
Don't get greedy. And to the victor goeth the spoils.
That's enough. There ain't no ships left to plunder or booty left to steal. We're getting soft, but that fight got my juices flowing. Cheers. You want to know about crystals? Astos is your man. This boat will take you right to his doorstep.
Astos.
Friend of yours?
No. Never heard of him.
Calls himself King of the Dark Elves. Not elves, mind you. Dark elves.
What's the difference?
It depends on who you ask. Some say he drank the lifeblood of 50 score of his king. Some say he made a deal with chaos. Stories and legends abound.
What kind of deal?
You want the truth of it? Ask him yourself.
This journey might not be a waste after all.
Killer Knuckles, Banded Halberd, and an Anima Shard. Ooh, I got a lot out of it. Let's see. Let's go with Blade of Despair. Ruin. Let's go with Marauders. And instead of... Yeah, we should keep Mage. Funny story about that, Mario. When I would do my walks while wearing weights, I had 5-pound weights on my wrists and on my ankles, and I was just walking, just walking around for about an hour, hour and a half every morning. So, yeah, 20 pounds can add up fast. And it's not like I was walking and just barely moving my arms. No, I was moving my arms in full stride. The only hard part was the fact that the sand kept getting in awkward alignments, so it felt like it was lopsided. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Had to take care of a couple things. I think we're going to do one more mission, and then that'll be it for the night. I know this has been a short one, but keep in mind I'm still getting into the swing of things regarding doing game streams. Azure Memories, the Believer.
This'll be a walk in the park.
Come on, but watch yourselves.
And for what it's worth, as far as why I never trained with a weight vest, well, I could never find one.
We got company.
Let's knock them down.
That's that. It was good practice.
Better tread careful.
Whatever doesn't kill you.
A win is a win.
Whatever doesn't kill you is just killing you slowly.
Okay. This is the one.
There you go. I don't stand a chance.
Yeah, that's the other problem. A lot of, even when I could find one, a lot of them were built for smaller people. That's the most charitable way for me to describe it. Like, they were built for 5-foot nothings.
That's all.
Good job.
And I am clearly not a 5-foot nothing.
Warm welcome. Come on, follow me.
Find a better match.
Don't worry. We got this.
Don't move again. Probably.
Shit.
Jack, saying it so. See anything following us?
You know, I almost feel sorry for them.
Up ahead.
Time to go to work. This is the one. Like them out. All right.
Okay, that's 2 down, 3 to go. And what do we have here?
Let's go.
This'll be a breeze.
Okay, good. Got another potion. Oh, you did it in July. Oh, God. Oh, I could have told you not to do that. And hey there, Night City. Welcome to the party.
Found a spot to rest.
Should we take a breather?
Ah, Shandor. It's been a while since I've seen you around these parts. How you been? I think I've seen you liking a few tweets here and there. Ah, you too. Okay, so you can't control their combo. Alright. Okay, that's not the right way to go. This is.
We need to patch ourselves up.
What are you talking about? We're barely damaged.
Have a look at this.
I'll take that. Time for a change.
Come on.
Jack, let's go.
Like that hurt.
This will be rough.
This one will test us.
And now for the last one. Oh, looks like the job's done. Possibly, but if only pro sports teams could learn how to run the clock out. But with that said, I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight. I promise that down the road I will do a game stream that's more than 3 hours. But this will, and yeah, the job's been good, Shandor. But we are going to call it there. So for those who are watching on Twitch, stay tuned for the raid. For everybody else, this has been a lot of fun. I hope to see you for the reveal of FF Legend. And until then, on behalf of the good brothers present and not present, my name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody.
soi 上洛が上少年